Hi, here we are. We've got your questions, and let me just run through. So we're on slide 14 here, and I've added a link here. Um, so this website has got interesting facts about statistical information about various aspects of life in Headington. And what I would do is to ask them to present this information, so on property prices, crimes, schools, age of residence, living arrangements, marital status, to the rest of the class. And um, I've actually deleted these following slides because it becomes a little bit complicated. So I've just hidden them, and I wouldn't actually worry about them. But a nice little activity is to get groups of students to present this information and to encourage the students to not just give the numbers, but to try and compare the numbers and make sense of them. So, when it comes to single, about half are single, and then they can speculate as to why the figures are so much higher in Headington than they are in the rest of the country. And of course, the reason is likely to be that there are so many students living in Headington. And what kind of implication is there as a result of that? So this matches um, a report structure of moving from findings to the discussion, where they're looking at the questions why and so what. So I would go through that slide probably with them, and then ask them to give a little presentation about Headington, different aspects of life in Headington. I've added at the bottom here some slides, and this is quite a nice little activity for raising awareness about numbers, where you just ask them to look at this picture for 20 seconds, and then the next slide is how many sheep are there. And of course, all they can remember is that there is a black sheep there, because we humans are drawn to similarities and differences, and we don't have a natural grasp of numbers. We've got to actually go 1, 2, 3 to actually calculate the numbers. And that relates to this activity here, where instead of just saying what the numbers are, they have to kind of compare and make sense of those numbers so that the reader understands them. This next part here, I think, is quite a nice little activity. Students like getting up and interviewing the rest of the class about a topic area that they've chosen, and then maybe creating a little chart within Excel on their computers where they show the results. And I think it's quite nice for them to, use Copilot to find these different types of questions. Um, this is very relevant to what they're learning in their Research 3 class. So they should have some grasp of the difference between qualitative and quantitative research questions. And so it just kind of embeds that in their mind. So I would go through those two there. And then you ask also about the questions. Where is it? I've lost your email. So, sorry, that's nothing to do with it. So, here we are. So, the where's the assignment brief for slide 30? So, slide 30, the assignment brief is on Moodle, and it's in the assignment section. So, if you go to Moodle, assessment section, sorry, and then there you've got down here the listening portfolio brief, and all they are having to do then is to look at how entry 2 is different from entry 1. You can use any of those listenings. I'm suggesting level 3, but if you wanted to use any of the listenings, that's fine. And I think it's up to you. My personal suggestion would be to play it in class next week. So the same listening, give them a 15-minute break, and then do it again. So just follow these instructions, because it will then be a nice sort of practice for the real entry 3, which is when you're going to properly be assessing them. So I would, go through these instructions as they are, and that's the brief, the set of instructions there. And let's see, any other questions here? Do we choose listening? So yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, all the best. Bye.